And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing 7 Days to Die. Getting ready to start this process here. We happen to be on a giant lead vein, so that's kind of handy. Because, yeah, this is kind of where the trench is going to be. And we're going to have to dig down a ways, so we're going to be getting a lot of stuff. So one of the reasons that this is sort of tedious in this at this stage is these spikes are actually in the way, all the way around. They're all in the way, and they're really tedious to take down. Like if you want to take one down, it's 1, 2, 3 hits to take one down. Or we could try to dig underneath them and get them to collapse, which saves us a whole lot of work. So first things first, let's map out the trench itself. You know, and in the XMLs, I actually set this thing to hold 1,000, but for some reason it does not like that setting. So if we dig underneath, then we only got 33 lead if we use this thing. That's pretty bad. I try to quiet the audio down. So anytime you hit lead, if you need lead, hit it with your quick axe. That gives you 10 times the amount that you would normally get. So I want to clear this one off. So I have a straight line there. And then let's plan this out. This first corner, you know, this kind of sets the pace for the whole thing. So it is kind of important. Come on. Take that block out. Come on. I know you can do it. Oh my goodness. The reach on this thing is just awful. Really? Really? Like, really? There we go. How about that? Okay, let's... So the first step, rebar frame. This side gets 1 rebar frame on each side, outside of your wall. And these are helping support those stupid... so there's a rebar frame, and then there's a ramp. And then there's 1, 2, 3 squares in between. And then there's another ramp all the way around. Okay, square that off. So just to count this out, block, ramp, 1, 2, 3, ramp, and then there's another block. So this last block you can make as wide as you want. I'm gonna go 3 wide as a little bit of a skirting. Okay, and now we need to look at this side. So block, ramp, 1, 2, 3, ramp, block. So I need 2 on this side to make it pretty much a 3 wide skirting on each side. This is why you want to give yourself a lot of space with your spike wall. Okay, so I'm going to continue trying to clear those things out so we can do this back one here. So Block, ramp, 1, 2, 3, ramp, block. So right here, this is your edge on this side. Block, ramp, 1, 2, 3, ramp, block. Okay. Give ourselves a little bit of space there. So we should have 2 extra on this side, 2 extra on that side. That's good to go. Leave ourselves a little bit of space. Just so, you know, you hit the rebar, you hit the concrete with that auger. It's just a huge waste of materials. Not that, you know, we need to worry about that. It's just, you know, it's always best to have that mindset of being efficient. So all of these can get upgraded. Oh, I don't have any concrete. And this should be done. This should be done. Those should be good. And concrete mix should be good. Building materials should give me some concrete. And let's put some raw iron away. Some dirt away. Some extra stone. I'm hoping to get a little bit of stone out of this process, because we are desperately short on stone. Because I just haven't, I mean, it's all relative, right? I mean, I could go out and mine stone for days and come back with thousands upon thousands of it. I just choose not to. So we got a pretty good amount of lead in there right now. Let's do a perimeter check really quick. Try to be proactive with the defense, because it's just, you know, if they get through the spikes, you just got to replace them. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to upgrade all of these. Like all the ones all the way around, I'm not going to really show a whole lot on camera, because this is not all that exciting to watch. And I admit that. So do a little bit. I want to show this corner to get the general look and feel of this blade trap system. Because there are some tips and tricks that I can bestow upon everybody. So the next thing we're gonna want is ramps and inside corners. So these rebar frame inside corners, these go on the inside corners. No, that's a rebar frame. Inside corner. It's like that. Just the ramps go like that. I heard something. Oh. So these are the ramps that go down into the death area for the blade traps. That's why you leave a gap of 3, because the blade traps are 3 wide. And wherever you can use rebar frame, use it. I know you can like manually craft some of these, like the inside corner, and there are some that we have to manually craft, but the problem is it costs twice as much concrete to actually use those, so that's bad. That adds up. You may not think it, but it adds up fast. Okay, let's dig a line out here, because we know this is our line. This is why the auger makes this work so much faster. because I need to make sure this is supported. So one way to do that is to take one out, put a rebar under it, take the other out, put a rebar under it, because that's covers in the rebar area, so it's all good. All right, so this grass in here. Now, the caveat to this, and this is a very, very important thing. If you're building this exact structure, I've already done all of the counting and everything. So you have one block on each side right here, right before the ramp. So there's a block and then a ramp and a gap of 3. On the opposite corner, back in here, there's 2 blocks on either side. Okay? There's 2 blocks on this side before the ramp, and then 2 blocks on this side before the ramp. And then you'll have exact even spacing for all of your blade traps. If you don't do that, you'll have gaps in your blade trap coverage, and zombies love to find those little gaps now. I'm hoping I hit some sort of, like, you know, mass that where those spike traps will actually start falling. That would be so handy. Lots of dirt. Auger makes short work of this. But again, screamers. Keep an eye out. Keep an ear out, rather. Okay, let's see if we can get in here. Oh. That's okay. Ah! Face first into my own spike traps. That's always nice. Thank you. Ow! Yeah, those spikes are all being held up. Ow! Okay. Now that we're over here, we need to not dig so far out until we know where our line is. Keep an eye on the horizon here. So, with all that augering, let's check our perimeter again. And we'll passively heal, but healing takes like food and water, so you know it's not free. So obviously these spikes are not cooperating, like, at all. So let's... Now if you had a chainsaw, you might make shorter work of this. Well, you guys just are not cooperating. Oh, I saw the light change and I was hopeful for a second. Yeah, if you had a chainsaw, I could craft a chainsaw and just kind of burn through these pretty fast. Like, isn't that crazy? All of these spikes are carried by these over here. Like, who knew spikes were... There we go. Clear those out nice and fast. Now we just have these that are a problem. I might, in between episodes, craft a chainsaw. That way I could take these out rather fast. Chainsaws, I tend not to use chainsaws on camera because they are incredibly loud. Alright, so that is a problem. We need to look at the dirt, recipes, forest ground. Let's get like 50 of these as a sort of backup to filling in some of our mistakes. Okay, so this will allow me to show you this corner here. So that, and then ramp on each corner like that, and then this little area right here, we actually need to craft a special, it's called the ramp full corner. Wet concrete full corner, but you need to use the concrete mixer to do it. And we don't need many of these. There's literally 4 of these in this build, so we don't need many. So full, and I'm gonna craft like 5 because having an extra never hurt. Sometimes when you place them wrong, bad things happen. Okay, so grab one of these, rotate it, and then place it. Like so. And that should be 3, 1, 2, 3, right in between there. And then, so this goes all the way back. All the way back to this corner. But remember, this side gets 2. So we got to go out 2 on this side. So it's 1 from this corner, it's 1 on each side, and then from that opposite corner, it's 2 on each side. And we have another full corner right here. I'm just doing this so we get our spacing right. I want to dig this out and definitely do it in between episodes. Dig the rest of this out and get these spikes out of the way, and you know our base is going to be very, very vulnerable, but we got plenty of time, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, so since this is going to be 2, there's the ramp, and then 1, 2, 3, and then we have the ramp, and then 1, 2, 3. That should be our line going around. Let's match you up. Come on, there we go. So that should be our line. If you want to take those blocks out, like some of these ore blocks, I'm going to need to use the quick axe on, just to allow to, you know, we're going to get some more materials out of it. Like definitely, there's some coal right there. We got a few resources lingering around. So you. Oh yeah, we're gonna get not only resources from this process, we're gonna get immense amounts of experience. Okay, so that is the ramp, and then 1, 2, 3, and then ramp, and then 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's our line. Let's get this line done first. All the way back to here. It's a lot of rebar frame. We haven't even dug the underground part yet. Like all of this trench that's in between here, that's gonna be pretty deep. It's gonna go down a ways, because that's where the generators and wiring and all this stuff. Otherwise, the wiring is, if you put the generators like there and you try to wire them all up out here, the wires are going to be in the way when you're trying to kill zombies during horde nights, and that's no fun. Like trying to shoot around the wires, and I mean, you're not going to damage the wires, but still they're going to be in your face the whole time So I try to design this to, you know, be aesthetically pleasing, but also very functional. I can place the rest of those off camera. This here is going to be another full corner right there. And then this here is going to be another inside corner rotated out like so. Now if we did this right with the gap 2, this is a good time to double check your work in case something bad happened or counting was off or this building was not the same size. What you want to do is you want to get something, place it right smack in the middle of this 3x3 right here. That represents the blade trap. So there's a blade trap that's going to go right there. So every third block out is another blade trap. So 3 blocks out, because they're basically a 3x3 machine. So you put a space there and a space there, and that evens you out with the blade traps. So when you get done with this process, you should be in the exact corner of this other side over here. So this 3x3 should line up perfectly all the way down the line from here, which is why we needed to go an extra step out on this side. Otherwise, there would be a gap of 2 in here, and we would not be able to get a blade trap going. So that works out well. We have that set up and ready to go. These are, oh no, those are inside corners. I like to get this as done as possible here, so you kind of have an idea of what it'll look like. Because I'm gonna be doing a lot of digging and stuff in between episodes, so it's gonna be a pretty big jump. You know, maybe a day or two, depending on how fast I can do it. If I don't have to narrate what I'm doing, I tend to be able to concentrate a little bit more. Plus, I want to get all these filled in with concrete. So that is, you know, one full side of the design ready to go for more digging. Because yeah, we're gonna need to dig down a little bit further. That's where the auger is really gonna shine. But yeah, I gotta dig all the way around here, and I gotta dig down to here. Let's preempt some of these things. Try to find any more little ore deposits that we might need to take out. I'm not really seeing any more. You know, might as well take you out. Since you're already dented, fill you in. Oh, look at the lead right here. This is going to be glorious. I'm going to have to empty my inventory just to get all of that. So yeah, you can see kind of how it's shaping up. And once it's done and dried, it just looks it looks like an impenetrable bunker. Especially when the blade traps are going. It's just epic. Not having any wandering hordes is making me super nervous. Like, where are the wandering hordes at? Very strange. All right, well, I've got some work to do, and it's really more of the same, more of the stuff that I covered here. I'm just going to wrap it around the entire base, and then we'll come back for stage 2, and the most vulnerable part of this is stage 2, because it's going to be wide open, and the base is going to be very, very vulnerable. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode. Please hit that like button if you've been enjoying this series so far, and comment down below if you've got something to add or something to ask, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.